Previously on Sacred Earth Reverie, I met new NPCs during my New Game Plus run. Tina the Stalker, Linus' mysterious cousin, and Gunnar's distant relative Ragnus. When Solomos joined during the third dungeon, he was still at level 15, but had new abilities based on the AKASHIC key. I tried putting him through the Hall of Beginnings on risk 60 and barely won, though this caused him to level up quite a bit.
More monsters, huh?
Greater empowerment?
Let's kick some butt!
Oh, nuts. Okay.
I don't think so!
I need to get the purification. So I'm just gonna use this.
You won't even see me move.
Crap, no, I can't prioritize purification because of that. Crap.
Yoo-hoo! Over here!
Or can I?
Your ill-gotten power shall be stripped away. You're wide open.
There, delayed you enough, and now I can use my restoratives to remove the ice.
Restorative seal.
Okay.
Scorching flames, rise up!
There we go. Now we'll lock on energy shell.
You won't get away with anything. Locked and loaded.
Locked and loaded.
You're gonna love this next one.
Okay.
Phantom Splash! Venom Strike!
Your arts don't mean a
Oh no, my arts! Wait. He still has it. Okay, good. I guess we got lucky there. Or maybe it's because of the veil that gave me just a bit of luck.
Raging winds.
Okay.
Blow them away.
Blow them away.
Huh. Went down faster than I figured.
Okay, he's still getting a lot more experience than everyone else, that's for sure. But for some reason, Linus' EXP requirements are way lower than everyone else's, which is really weird design. I guess it's because she joins third, but still, you think they would give the same treatment to some of the other late game characters?
Oh, come on.
Oh,
really
ill
doing
wind.
this? Like, really, really?
Time to go further beyond.
Scorching flames, rise up!
Begone. Purification seal.
I don't think so!
Keep it up, everyone!
Locking on. Energy shell. Locked and loaded.
You'll definitely feel this in the morning!
You are wide open.
Casting array activated!
I won't allow you to stop me. Be gone.
Ouch.
Phantom Splash! Time to put a stop to this. This will finish it. Forever yours! Take my advice. Don't get back up.
Watching you flail about was
Okay, so you still get EXP if you're knocked out. That's good to know. That was a little worrying there. That green cow is right. We are spoiling them. Haha, green cow, you're so stupid. She's an elf. But yeah, I guess we are. But hey, we keep running into them. Kinda makes you want to root for them a little. But just a little. The queen won't mind if we give out a little freebie every now and then, right? Nope, you're so dead when we get back. What? Huh? We're seriously gonna be punished for taking all these chests? Okay, but yeah, at this point, Solomos is just gonna leave the party again. Oh wait, how come her level scales upwards but not everyone else's? That's such a weird design choice. Like, you think she would scale up just like everyone else? Also, I need to figure out how to distribute things. I'm sure you have a bunch of new skills for New Game Plus, right? Yep. Of course you do. Great will gain 15 EX on cast. Memory now clears debuffs on target. Oh, wow, that's pretty good. Sword of Judgment Imperator active. Wow. Last Existence. Existence's damage and critical rate increased by 30%. Okay, I'm just gonna get everything on the art side of things first. I'm glad she has a lot of AP. I think I should actually buy everything for once. Clearing all debuffs would be very helpful. That way Kana's not the sole debuff remover. Start with those two statuses active. Last Existence. Oh, of course he has that. Of course. Mighty Solomos. Bro, he's already mighty enough. What the fuck?
Scarlet Rondo!
I don't think
Hey up! We delay.
All is but a distant memory.
Keep it up, everyone!
Is that your best?
Okay, delay a little.
you won't break my stance.
Take hold of the light and stand tall.
Phantom Splash!
Damn it!
Okay.
You're gonna love this next one!
You are wide open.
Time to go further beyond. Locking on. You won't be much of a threat after this one.
Oh my gosh, it still almost killed her. He's got a bunch of buffs again. Well, I'm gonna have to do something about that, aren't I? Bastard.
I'll crush you. It's time. Let your foolishness guide you to the afterlife. You'd be wise not to get...
Good, a slight delay will keep you going. Wait, did she lose potential? The fuck?
Raging winds, blow them away!
Damn it!
Yeah, this guy still will keep going.
Your memories will become a source of strength.
Okay. It's actually not good. I need to finish this now.
Wonder what was going through their mind. Oh well.
Ugh. Somewhere in the great expanse of a featureless white void, two girls sit at a round table where a chessboard is set up, along with tea and snacks. Where they got them from was anyone's guess. Knight to C3. The called piece levitates and then moves to the square in question. While that happens, the girl in white looks aside to what appears to be a large crystal sphere floating next to the table. In it, they can see the ongoing journey of a certain group. Right now, they're inside a Demon Queen's castle, having just spanned off Solomos' surprise attack. Wow, this is actually much different from any other past loop, isn't it? She looks at her companion who is sitting across from her. The dark-skinned girl is also watching in wonder at these new series of events. Yeah, everything was the same up until those ruins. I'm so glad they finally found Lucis' sword too. I thought I was going to go insane from watching them fail over and over and over again. She sighs and takes a bite of fancy-looking cookie. Then she looks over the board. Pawn to G3. The piece on the other side of the board proceeds to levitate up and move into its new position. But we can't breathe a sigh of relief yet. The man still got what he wanted. The only admittedly big difference this time is there's actually people around who can potentially stop him. She takes another sip of her tea, then nibbles on the cookie idly. Pawn to D4. Tisk, I was hoping you wouldn't notice. Do you really think I wouldn't see that little play with the bishop there? Meh. Anyway. She eyes the sphere again, a thoughtful look on her face. You're right though, the odds are even up now. They have a much greater chance of stopping him this time around. The girl in white frowns afterward. Let's hope for this world's sake that they do. The future that we envision, it doesn't have something like this in it. Right. Hopefully this time we won't have to use that girl as a failsafe again. I don't think she'll last another loop. Are you talking about Kana? We'll cross that bridge when it comes. For now, let's just watch. Fine, but I'll miss the old days when we could actually be down there doing stuff for ourselves. Their idle conversation continues, their eyes on the floating sphere, watching and waiting to see what will come next out of this now unknown path. Yeah, that was a different scene, wasn't it? The fail-safe. Huh? It's weird, I don't see any map skits. What? I know this one's a new conversation. Excuse me. You're a new face. What can I do for you? Yeah, I tend to keep myself scarce around here. I came because I wanted to ask if you had any scrap metals I could take off your hands. Oh, scraps. Ain't something a casual customer comes asking about. You dabble out the forge yourself. Something like that. I'm no professional like you, but I can get things done. Interesting, but something tells me you're being a little too humble. Call me a hobbyist. I mostly work for myself. Working for other people, opening up a shop and all that, it's not my thing. You don't say. Well, alright. If you want to buy my scrap metals, then who am I to stop you? I'll get them out. Thanks a bunch. That was it? Aw. Oh, new stalker conversation. Why would Miss Tokiko send me to the bakery? She knows I can't go there. Well, fine. I guess she doesn't know that. It's okay. It'll be fine. I'll just be in and out really quick. Derek probably won't even be there. Yeah. Hey, welcome. Derek, what are you doing here? What am I doing here? Mina and I run this place, you know? I guess that's true. I just didn't expect... Huh? Derek looks confused. This girl has been odd from the moment she stepped in. So much that he hasn't immediately gone up to his usual shenanigans. Well, let's put that all aside. You came for something, right? Let's get you all squared away first. And after all that, maybe you and I can have a little chat. You're pretty cute after all. I'd love to get to know. Derek, stop flirting with the customers. Don't make me have to tell you an uncle. Mina, this is just... Flirting, what? Huh? Flirting, this is flirting. Tina broke. This is a first. Usually they get mad and call me idiot. Mina, I'm getting scared. What do we do? This is amusing, so let's leave them to it. Good luck, Tina. Bruneli, do you have anything new here? I expect Leanne is going to call for Argent, but instead... Huh? Instead of immediately finding Argent, we walk right in on that girl I assume is Bruneli at this point. She stares at the group of us, shocked. Well, hello there, Bruneli. I haven't seen you in a while, so I've been starting to miss you. Come here. Leanne spreads her arms for a big ol' hug, inviting the girl that looks like a younger copy of herself. Now that I see the two of them near each other, the identical nature of their appearances becomes much more apparent. Rather than accept Leanne's invitation, the girl jolts back to reality. Then she turns tail and bolts into the back. The rush sound of feet going upstairs soon follows. Is she shy? Wow, not even a hug. I'm hurt. Before we can truly speak about it, the sound of footsteps approaching reaches our ears again. It's Argent this time. I guess we can assume Bruneli was not coming back out. Okay.
I don't know.
Okay, this time I'm gonna not do Leanne's romance. I'm sorry, I'm friend-zoning you. Of course I always liked Leanne, but in my mind it's always been as a friend. It pains me to reject her feelings, but I just don't look at her in a romantic light. With those spots in my mind.
You're the greatest friend that I could ever hope for, Leanne. I'll return for sure, but...
I see.
I can see the disappointment on her face clear as day. It hurts to see, but it would be even worse for us both to force something just because I took pity on her.
I understand. I'm sorry I can't help, but I'll be cheering for you. Best of luck out there.
Let's hope there's no yandere ending.
Thanks, Leanne.
The door to Atelier Lane opens with a jingle of a bell, and in walks a young man with blue hair, who we've probably seen before, Ragnus. He looks around with wonder as he takes in this somewhat mystical-seeming interior.
I had no idea that this place was here. It's easier than going all the way to the village east of the forest. So that's nice.
But he steps further in, only to find no one behind a shop counter.
Weird. No one's here.
Before we can dwell on that thought longer, the door leading to the back opens, and a familiar figure steps into the store area. It's Bruneli. She's got an empty basket in one arm, looking like she was set to head outside for an errand.
Huh?
Her eyes widen in surprise at seeing Ragnus of all people in her home, and she panics for a brief spell.
Oh, Ragnus. Hi.
Bruneli! What are you doing here? You shopping too?
Why am I here? This is my house, you dummy. I live here.
Oh, I see. Wow. Well, talk about a coincidence then. I didn't expect that I'd run into you here. I just came to pick up some supplies. But it's a good thing I did find you here.
Huh? Why is that?
Well, I've been thinking about a few things. There was something I wanted to ask if I ever saw you again.
You're really keeping me in suspense here. What's on your mind, Ragnus?
See, I plan on going on a journey soon, and I figured that it would be good to have a suitable companion along for the ride. Bruneli, with your vast potential for magic, I thought it would be good for you to come along with me.
Bruneli's eyes widen again. Is she hearing him right? Did he just say he wanted her to join him on the journey?
Wait. Am I hearing things? You're asking me if I want to go on a journey with you? Not my mom or anything like that. Me. But I'm not that good. I can't even calm down and beat a wolf properly. I get in your way and...
That's precisely why I want you, Bruneli. I think you just need to experience the real world and write your own story. You'll learn and discover things naturally on your own, and that will lead to improving your skills and senses. And I can see it. You'll become a mage on par with the legends of old. You just need to train and build your confidence.
Well...
She falls silent. On one hand, she's flattered, and the journey does sound like something that would be more interesting than the humdrum of her life as it is. On the other hand, she's not sure she can actually do something like this. She knows she's not as good as either of her parents. But still, there's a small part of her that wants to believe. Some small part of her that yearns for something more. It's that small part of her that speaks up.
I want to believe in you, Ragnus. But... can I give you an answer later? I still need to take care of a lot of things. But after that...
Of course. No problem. I'll come back another time. So, you should talk to your parents about it and think on it.
He smiles wryly as he remembers something, then he segues into another topic.
Oh, right. I did come here to pick up some things. Can I count on you for the transaction, Bruneli?
Oh, right. Sure. Get what you need, Ragnus. I'll be here.
With that aside, Ragnus goes about his original business, picking out various items for purchase. And we'll leave those two alone for now. Okay. Oh, hello there. That's quite an interesting look you've chosen to take on. Rufina? No, you look like her, but you're different. Even someone like you got fooled for a moment. I guess I really do resemble my mother. I see, so you're... Never mind, it's not important. What is important is how you know who I am. We've never met. I have my ways. But don't worry, I don't have any intention of whistleblowing you now. Does this elf woman also have a surveillance system on the whole continent? It's important that you and your allies complete your journey. In the meantime, I'll be rooting for you. Best of luck. Strange? Time is of the essence, though. I can look into her later. Okay, I think that's the only new conversation. After that... Yeah, maybe I should go give the lunar mirror a shot. Okay, I'm just playing around in the lunar mirror, and it turns out this clear debuffing actually removes ill wind without killing the target. That's insanely good. This is actually a game changer. This actually makes it so easy to beat Asclepius' Nihila form. Too bad you won't have this when fighting him in the main story, but you know, it's still it's gonna be pretty useful in case someone else has it. Yeah, made Almace even more OP than she already was. Yes. Yes, True Memory is actually really good. Also, figure out another trick. The speed debuff, for the enemy adds 5 protection, but poison adds 5 risk for, and you can just remove it easily in the middle of battle anyway. So that might actually be a good trade-off to ensure that you can delay spam the enemy more easily. Also, seems the level cap is higher than 50. That's kind of crazy. Like, how far do I have to grind in order to beat the optional, beat the biggest bonus boss of the lunar mirror? Huh. That is weird. Okay, it looks like rank 50 really is the cap. And I'm pretty much almost there just from fighting them at risk 60. I think there's like a global experience buff that applies to all fights in New Game Plus. Even fights that are not actually stat boosted by New Game Plus, like the Lunar Mirror fight. So you can actually use the Lunar Mirror to just grind really quick now, couldn't you? I'm not sure if that's actually the case, but it feels like I'm getting way more EXP out of Lunar Mirror fights than before. In which case, I probably should have just grinded Solomos to the cap, huh? Oh well. Maybe next playthrough. Not that matters. He's a filthy traitor, and he doesn't deserve to be at the level cap. Fuck him. Wait, what? Metallic wings? So this ain't Aylin? Within the depths of ancient space-faring vessel, a black arc, a lone girl sits in the dark of a central chamber. She does nothing of particular note, seeming to be waiting for something to happen, like a proper guardian. In that quiet darkness, a metallic clink of footsteps across steel plating sounds through the darkness. The girl lifts her gaze and looks on as the figure steps into the dim light of the chamber. It's a woman of unknown origin. Her ears are long like an elf's, but the metallic nature of them, along with her strange wings, mark her as something else entirely. This is a different character. The redhead frowns at the sight of her.
Great. And, what brings you out of your little hidey hole this time, robot?
Minor correction. The term is android. Additionally, this unit has a specific moniker used to avoid confusion with similar units. That is Phonon. It is advised that you use it as well.
Whatever. I swear you're always a pain in the ass.
Confusion. I have not caused harm to your posterior.
It's figure of speech. Nope. Never mind. Anyway, what are you doing out here, really? Are you actually going to help stand against whoever or whatever is coming?
Negative. Curiosity regarding the current state of affairs has compelled this unit to venture out for a time in order to ascertain what may be transpiring. As such, please share what information you have regarding the situation.
This is what I have for company. Astounding.
She rolls her eyes, entirely unimpressed with this conversation, if it can even be called that.
I know about as much as you do. Opened my eyes around here an hour or two ago. But if I'm awake, then that means the ship was unsealed. And that means someone's coming for the AKASHIC record.
She scoffs, resting an elbow on her thigh and her chin on her palm.
What do you care anyway? It's not like you're going to actually do anything, right?
Correct. It is not within this unit's core directive to combat threats against the AKASHIC record.
I figured. Anyway, you're annoying as hell. If you're done here, then why don't you go scurry on back to wherever it is you came from?
Inquiry. Do you wish for me to actually scurry? I do not believe it is an efficient method of movement.
Oh, I swear to... Look, just go.
Clankers.
Warning. Bioscanner is sensing elevated heart rate. Recommendation. Take deep, calming breaths.
You're the reason I'm like this in the first place!
I shall now take my leave. Please remain in good health.
Absolutely mind-blowing how early oblivious this android is. She just stares, somehow as the maid bows and then turns away and walks off.
Okay, let's forget about that. Deep breaths. What's the most annoying thing about this is that it's working.
Raging Mist 4. Okay, they did not upgrade everything to 5. Oh well. That would've been nice, wouldn't it? Bounded Imaginary. I still don't know what this number is. 3393. Must have something to do with the extra content? I'm not sure. Okay, I actually missed this computer during my previous playthrough. I got the one in the medical ward, but not this one. Another computer has power. Given the last time we checked, I'm not really sure we should bar. Oh, don't say that. Let's have a look. I suppose there's no harm in it, but make sure to hurry. We're not exactly on a leisure trip here. I know. Let's see. Oh, there's some dialogue stored here. Looks like some situation reports from way back in the old era. I think it's a timeline. From what I can understand, this may be a historical record that covers various incidents that have befallen Miltiades over the millennia. Wow, that's actually interesting. Can we learn full detail what happened? No, sorry, when I try to open up the detailed logs, it denies me access. Something about a security clearance. Wait a moment. Open that last log you closed again. I saw something strange. Strange, like what? Another strange string of characters and numbers. What does it say? Destination 7412. Number space. It makes a little sense as usual. Right, I don't think we'll find anything else here. Why don't we move on? Should I do a once-over of the entire dungeon? Something ain't right here. Empowerment.
Be gone! Purification seal!
Okay, let's just purify you up a little bit.
Scorching flames, rise up! All is but a distant memory.
Okay. Yeah, the guardian form should be... the dragon form should be easier than the humanoid form, huh? Oh.
Keep it up, everyone!
There we go.
Is that your best?
Okay.
You are wide open. The time has come.
I don't want to sit on too much limit index. I know her humanoid form will just eat up my limit index.
Annihilation. This is the ultimate fruit of my knowledge.
Okay.
You're an eyesore. Take hold of the light and stand tall.
That. See. Okay, got her.
Wow,
First form done.
you okay there?
Yep. Okay, separate slot because I know you're gonna do shit. I know you're gonna do something. There we go. Okay, only 2 index, so she can't steal it from me. I don't think I can remove Flame Cloak, unfortunately. That's just something I'm gonna have to live with.
Form 1. Swallowtail.
Yeah, what's the delay here?
Scorching flames, rise up!
Do that.
I don't think so. Your memories will become a source of strength.
Okay. Ocean Spire.
Farewell.
It's time.
Nuke you from orbit.
You'd be wise not to get back up.
Oh, you're weak to that.
Form 4. Blossom Waltz.
Uh-oh, I don't think I can hold her off for too much longer, huh?
You'll definitely feel this in the morning. The light will guide your path.
Gonna make me get serious.
Oh no,
Your defenses are...
that's not good.
Casting array activated.
Sword of Darkness, devour them. Scarlet Rondo.
Okay, we won anyways. I don't care if someone got KO'd.
I could do with a nice cup of tea right about
She still gets a EXP and gets a level cap anyways. Haha. Salve. Just gonna grab and go, huh? Not even hello, how are you? Computer seems to have power. Doesn't appear to be like theirs we saw, however. You're right, this one is just asking for an activation key. An activation key? How are we supposed to know what that is? Your guess is as good as mine. Did we see anything that might pass for a key when we were moving for a ship? I didn't think there was something. Do you remember those strange strings we found in those computers in the first area we passed through? Now that you mention it, I do. I think they were coordinates 93, bound imaginary. Destination 7412, number space. Let's think about this carefully. We may need this to move on. Oh hell, a password. That was a good sound, right? I think it worked. Let's have a look. A separate path? Oh, what the heck? This wasn't here before. Wait, hold on. What are you doing in my reserve? Why are you only ranked 20? Ascend up the legendary Aylin clan. She is the current guardian of the AKASHIC record. Grumpy and morbid. She can be touchy to be around. Underneath that prickly exterior, however, maybe a more empathetic core. And she comes with flame brave. Wait, does she get experience if I grind? I don't know. This is unprecedented. Like, she seems to be mostly a physical type, but has some decent magic to back it up, too. I'm gonna give her Limit Breaker and Onyx, Pure Onyx. I think that's a good thing to have, yeah. I don't know what's good for her, actually. Honestly, if I could grind her up, I think she would not be too bad. But does she get EXP while reserve? That's the real question. Is there even a point to grinding her? Yeah, she gets Flame Cloak. Becomes Flame Cloak 2 if Cast While Dancing Flames is active. Oh, that's her union. It also removes ailments. Wait, that's not too bad either. Could be a good, cheaper alternative to using the right. Using Rite of, what is it called? Rite of Dawn. Yeah, cheaper than Rite of Dawn. Wait, you can't learn shit. What? I guess she's already at the limit of her power. Regulus Blaze. I need to figure out how to... I have to make sure to use her union and limit break at least once as well, huh? Hang on. Wait a minute. Some of these sound just like Priel's arts, don't they? Except she has no sword, which is weird. Crimson Circle, minor fire damage, inflict Crimson Gram status. Reduce power, parry and barrier. Can this chain to anything else is the real question. Earth damage to all targets and restores 15 LF to self. Inflicts Earthbound, reducing Earth resistance and amplifying magic damage. Huh. After burn or passive flame cloak adds 50% echo to all her skills. The problem is that with her is that she won't have any synergy with Almace. Almace is only designed for the main characters and absolutely no one else. Maybe if they had I think they should have added passives that lets Almace work with all these extra people. Yeah, I think that would have been better. Her power is actually not too bad. If she grinded up enough, she could actually probably match the protagonist. Aylin's only necessary weapons are her own claws and flames. Swords, lances, axes, bows, all useless before her might. So she's probably even stronger than Priel then. Prime Elixir. Hey, thank you so much for rescuing me. I've been stuck in here for so long. Hey, come back. Is this where I'll find Phonon then? What? I've been taking a turn the moment we arrived at the Black Ark Steps. We find ourselves in a space unlike the foreboding ship that we had previously been in. Huh? Where on Miltiades is this place? The sensation in the air changed immensely as well. It almost feels as if we're no longer on the Black Ark at all. There was a subtle shift in ether, but I think this is a complex barrier, not a transfer art like the circles we've been using. But that just begs the question, what needs to be hidden by a barrier that creates a whole different pocket space? Your question is as good as mine. Strangely, I can sense a power similar to the Akashic record here, but it's different at the same time. This is very concerning. There's only one Akashic record, yes? As far as we know, yes, unless there should only be one. Let's investigate this place thoroughly and find out what that reading is. I have a bad feeling about this. Am I locked in? Am I locked in? No, I'm not. Dark space. Oh no, it's one of these places, isn't it? Where I have to figure out a really tricky puzzle. Which way is the correct way? Remember again, where was the Akashic record last kept? Did we talk about this already? It was last kept in the castle of a person known as the God King. Right? That's what I was curious about. The God King. Who on earth was that? You'd think that a figure of a title as extravagant as that would have gone down in history, but I've never heard of him as more than just a brief mention in my school textbooks. Don't go into detail on who he was. They just say he was a villain. Don't tell me it was Gunnar was the God King. That was by design. The God King. I arrived on Miltiades after those matters were settled, so I don't really know who he was myself. Only that he took control of the Akashic record in a way that no one else ever did, and tried to steer Miltiades down the path he deemed correct. Gunnar? Really? Gunnar? Seriously, what happened? Did Gunnar really have a villain arc? What's wrong, Leanne? Do you know something? Well, yeah, but I don't know. I feel pretty conflicted about it. That person used to play with me when I was a kid. Then he went on to become a tyrant who changed his name and resolved to take on the hatred of the entire world in order to reshape Miltiades. I don't like to think about what he chose to do. I prefer to just remember who he was before then. When I saw him back then, I could tell he didn't enjoy what he was doing, but even so, he did anyway. It hurts to think about. I see. If you don't mind me asking, what was his name? His name was Gunnar. I knew it, and to me, he was a good person, even if no one else agrees. Dude, this guy really had a villain arc. What happened to Bailey? She must have died, because I feel like she, if she was around, he would not want to resort to such things, right? Gunnar, I see. Okay, I'll try to remember him by that name instead, too. Thanks, Abelle. What? Why is there dark particles? Okay. The dark space. Why doesn't the counter index on this space? It's so weird. Save warning? I've been curious about something. Knowing you and your curiosity, this is either going to be ridiculous or impressively invasive. Hey, I'm not that bad, am I? You might be. Possibly. Look, I just had a thought. Humans, elves, and beastkin are all, well, biologically compatible, right? Wait, Abelle, do you have an elven or beastkin lover, perchance? It sounds more like she's one of those weirdos who's into other races. This definitely takes the cake for the weirdest question you've ever asked. Weirdo? What the heck are you talking about? I was just wondering, would half-elf or half-beast be able to use ether, or would they count as human enough to be unable? That is actually a rather good question. I have not heard of elves or beastkin mingling with humans at all. Any attempts at courting are summarily rebuffed without a second thought for the most part. Plus, I've never met a half-elf or half-beast. Yet, Priel, Perrine, Gunnar, and Bailey, they were all half-human, weren't they? You're right, the other races almost specifically avoid humans these days, sticking to their own corners with only a little overlap per trade. Well, to actually answer the question, yeah, half-elf or half-beast can use ether, but you don't see them because humans don't have a great reputation these days. Going back a few centuries, human nobility would try and romance beastkin and elves for the sole purpose of producing strong children that can manipulate ether, both as a status symbol and a weapon. Wow, that's gross. Yeah, elves and beastkin quickly realized they were being used and stopped mingling with humans and kept contact minimal for trade only. It's not like interspecies stuff completely doesn't happen, but it's pretty rare. You know what they say about a few bad apples, yeah? I'm at a loss for words. How utterly despicable. I didn't notice contact between races dropped to an all-time low and stay that way. I can't say I'm shocked, looking at how petty humans have been the last 2 decades. Prideful nobles jockeying for power and using nearly any means to gain an upper hand over ours. A deep envy for elves and beastkin also factors into it, I assume. Sheesh, I feel bad for being a human sometimes. We keep doing dumb, crazy things. Oh, don't worry about it, Abelle. It's the group that's dumb, not the individual. You're fine. Yes, do not see you in a negative light, Lady Abelle. Even if you ask some truly inappropriate questions at times. At least our thirst for knowledge is healthy. Among other things, how about we don't imply I'm some sort of interspecies predator? Aha! Okay, save warning. I'm not doing that yet. I'm gonna explore the rest of this weird space. What? Wait, Is something the matter, Lady Abelle? I was just thinking. The Akashic records have been used multiple times in the past, right? So how did our world come out of all of that like it is now? That's a good question. I have records on those incidents, and the reason for that is mostly because not every incident was targeted at the world itself as far as I understand. So they were just smaller changes, unlike what Solomos was planning. My mother's written records arrive at a similar point. Which means, it seems we're of one mind, Lady Almace. The two of them proceeded around on the unsuspecting Leanne. Huh? What's with you two? That's the only one of us who has something close to first-hand experience with these events. It's time for you to tell us what happened. I wonder, would Gunnar try to use the records to, like, bring back Vayli or something? Maybe not. Maybe Vayli opposed him in the end. A clash between siblings. Indeed, therefore we shall let you regale us with tales of those days once again. Oh, come on, I've been talking a lot lately, you know? Give me a break. I'm quite curious too. Spill it, Leanne. You two, geez, fine. As you can obviously see, the world hasn't been completely destroyed, mostly because all but one of those past incidents wound up falling through. The one that did succeed was back when the God King used the Akashic record to repair this world and return the fragmented flowing land masses back onto the Great Ocean, making the planet whole again. No longer. That's why we don't have a flowing continent. Well, I remember learning during history class in school that the continents used to be floating in the skies in ancient times, but I think that was real after all. Indeed, I do not believe I would be able to live in such a world. Right? What was that like? What happened if you fell off? If you fell off, then you plunged it through the skies and eventually, after who knows how long, you land into the Great Ocean. That's it. You're dead. Morbid, but correct. The Apostles' conflicts once damaged this world so badly, it was left in a state like that. It was actually a very precarious situation. I think the God says it's not like that anymore. We are very much in agreement there. Connor, what did you do? Capricorn, that's new. You plan to take this gem, then make sure you win, no matter the battle that takes place. That's what fate would have said. Another treasure. Cancer. Put it back, you're not worthy of this gem. Only Saintess Perrine can use it to its full potential. Are you listening to me? We never got a rundown on what Perrine was up to. Wait, oh man, wouldn't Perrine have to fight Gunnar? Didn't she have a crush on him? Man. Okay. Say Lady Almace. Yes, was it? I recall you mentioning that you had nothing to do with the apostles that were previously on Miltiades, yes? Yes, where are you going with this? I was really wondering if you had any records of what those apostles were like. After all, I only know of them in vague texts that gloss over their personalities and smaller deeds. Well, I'm sorry to inform you that I don't actually personally know them. At most, I only know their names, and rough accounts of what they did. The elf might have a more personal insight on the matter than I do. And me, really? Well, I guess I met them, sorta. Really? But didn't you say one of them died way before the Illuminate stuff happened? What about the one that was supposed to be the real enemy? Oh, remember that? Wow, I really didn't explain much, did I? Of course, nope. Okay, so Excalibur did die, but she came back as another person. I met her back when I was young and she was nothing like her last life self at all. Wait, Excalibur? Relima? Maybe she was a bright and charismatic person who helped lead the fight against the first incarnation of Illuminate and the subsequent struggle for the Akashic record. Sounds like it could be Relima. I honestly don't know what happened to her after that. I never saw her again after those battles in the Second Era. Calibulk I met once. She resided in the Great Library in the era of the second incarnation of Illuminate. She was actually a really nice person who wasn't interested in taking over Miltiades at all. She just got caught up in bad circumstances, I think. But after her battles with the second generation of Illuminate, she just up and disappeared. Her spawn in the library just empty. None of us saw her again. Ragnarok, she had to have been insane. She was way too happy to destroy things. She killed people who didn't interest her without a second thought. Imagine someone with godlike power and an attitude like that. From what I know, she originally wanted to take control of Miltiades since it used to be a world abundant in ether, and shaped it into a paradise all for herself and her interests. Once her plans fell through, she tried to destroy the whole planet, eliminate second generation, and even their enemies banded together to stop her, but it cost a lot. Whew, that's all 3 of them. Satisfied? I see, so this is the history of illuminating the apostles that led to our present times. Not even my mother wrote these details down. Perhaps she did and left them out of the main collection. It's definitely different hearing a personal account than reading over a sterile situation report. So much happened before I arrived here. It's crazy to think about just how much has happened. We're just little drops in the ocean compared to the insane things that Illuminate was said to have done. Well, that's history for you. The truth is way stranger than fiction. We've been saying that a lot, haven't we? Chorus. The ultimate physical one. Hey, this is a style gem that once used by a famous red-haired vanguard 1,000 years ago. Don't just walk off of it. Aylin, this would be kind of like an ancestral one for you, wouldn't it? Yes. Pushing your power further. Seriously, why are you joining at level 20? All of these were used by the past heroes, huh? Pistis. Pistis was once a style gem of choice for a certain red-haired archer in the past. I kind of miss her shenanigans now. Relima. So she was supposed to be a reincarnation of an apostle. So she must have been Excalibur's reincarnation, I guess. A save warding area loot this entire place. Let's do it. After making our way through that strange space, we managed to find our way into a chamber where a large device sits in the center of a dark space. I think it's a computer, but I can't be completely certain. Hey, Almace, is that thing over there what you've been sensing? No, as conspicuous as computer looks, I'm not sensing anything from it. What I'm sensing is coming from... She trails off, scanning the dark chamber until finally she lays eyes on the shadowy figure standing somewhere across the other side. Who is that? How come I didn't notice someone that we first stepped in here? Probably because she's an android. It's not possible to make out any details from here. The place is too shrouded in darkness. With that in mind, I carefully call out. Excuse me, who's over there? We all watched with trepidation as the figure responds to my words, turning and stepping forward into the dim light of the central computer. Ultimately, what we lay our eyes on is... a maid. I blink a few times and look back at the others, as if to make sure we are all seeing the same thing at this moment. Kinda looks at me in bewilderment and nods, as if answering my unspoken question. Okay, I'm not hallucinating after all. But she doesn't look human. The ears look are long like an elf's, but they're made of some sort of metal. Plus her strange metal wings don't rouse any common imagery from my mind. While we try to make sense of this, the maid speaks. Initiating bioscan. Scanning. Scanning complete. Running database cross-analysis. Cross-analysis complete. Results. Subjects are partial matches to Seal, Miria, and Silverdash genetic samples. Additionally, one apostle has been detected. The strange maid speaks in the rigid tone as she rattles off words I can't understand completely. Cross-analysis, genetic samples. Anyone have any idea what this is? It's an android. A what? An android, you know, a robot, a machine. Think of her as a man-made person. I'm not sure what to think of that. People made their own life forms in the past? Well, yeah, it wasn't common, but some of the leading geniuses in the field of technology put a lot of work into the concept. Does it really surprise you to know that people played God and made their own life forms? Unfortunately, it doesn't. How curious, I had only briefly read about androids in my mother's text. This is the first time I'm seeing one with my own eyes. Well, putting aside the enormity of the existence of man-made life forms for now, Almace, you said that what you were sensing is coming from her, right? Right, I can sense it clearly now. It's coming from inside her body. This makes me think for a moment, but given the immediacy of the situation, I can't mull over the facts for very long. I decided to cut straight to the point. Who are you? If you don't mind me asking, what's this space? Do you have any connection to the AKASHIC record? Warning, subject's security clearance level undocumented. Classifications insurers. First inquiries will not be answered. Oh, that doesn't sound good. It doesn't sound good at all. Get ready to defend yourselves. Verdict, intruders will be removed. Hey, wait a second. She's not listening. Lady Abelle, we have to engage her. Limiters removed. Proceeding with termination protocols. Oh no. Suddenly, the android's body emits a harsh white glow that fills the chamber blindingly. I have to cover my eyes with an arm to avoid having my vision damaged. Once the glow fades, there's not much more time to think, however. She grips a strange-looking spear in one hand and an equally odd-looking sword in the other and narrows her eyes. Assault Unit Revision 4, Designation Phonon, initiating combat routine.
All is but a distant memory. Minor...
Ideal strike!
Okay. Purification Seal won't do shit to you.
You are wide open.
Minor damage sustained.
Scarlet Rondo!
Minor damage.
Farewell.
Minor damage.
Let your
Sustained.
foolishness guide you to the afterlife.
Minor
You'd be wise
damage.
Delay you further.
You're gonna love this next one.
Hey.
Minor damage. Minor
Blossom
damage sustained.
Yoo-hoo! Over here!
Take hold of the light and stand tall.
Not good.
Aw, want me to give you a hug?
Minor eyesore. Minor damage sustained. Minor
Definitely feel nice in the morning.
minor damage sustained.
Oh no. Armor integrity down 50%. Reassessing spread analysis. That does not bode well. You mean she wasn't taken us seriously before now? Whatever she's doing, stay on your guard. Any wrong move could be the end. Make sure to use everything at her disposal. Increasing power output to 30%. Reinitiating combat.
Lightning edge deployed. Manipulating bolt element. Increasing power output to 30%. Proceeding with termination protocol. Firing energy round complete. Resuming standard combat routine.
Okay.
This is all within expectation. All-seeing eye. Begone! Purification
Minor
sealed.
damage.
You are wide open.
Minor damage sustained.
Your memories will become a source of strength. No harm shall come to you. Blessed seal. Take hold of the light and stand tall.
That was not good, man.
Minor damage sustained.
Flames, rise up!
Minor damage sustained. Minor
Fall
damage
forth.
sustained.
Blossom waltz.
Minor
Sword of darkness, devour them!
Okay. It's not good.
Suffer and see!
minor damage. Minor damage.
Culmination of my
sustained.
magic arts. Converge to become an unstoppable maelstrom! Prismatic illumination! There's still
Yes!
How'd you like that?
Managed to win despite all that. Tries to make to get the best of this android, as she's been called. Our efforts continue to fall woefully short. Even with the power of the pack sword, it feels like everything I do is just getting ignored. If I didn't know any better, I think this robot was manipulating time or something. But that can't be it. Does she just have really good reflexes? My allies seem to be having similar results. In the end, things come to an incredibly uneasy standstill. So does anyone have any bright ideas? This robot is insane. Nothing I do works. This is cheating. You're cheating. Negative. Cheating, by definition, implies the presence of foul play. This unit has employed no such measures during this engagement. You weren't supposed to actually answer that. Sigh. This is getting us nowhere. She is simply too powerful. I propose a retreat. After all, the goal is not this machine, but that man Solomos. Wasting all of our energy fighting an unrelated party would be the height of stupidity. I agree, as much as it annoys me. However, I think I figure out what's making this android tick. Really? You have? What's it then? I thought about why energy she gives off is so similar to Akashic Record, and I finally realized her energy source has to be a copy. That's why the energy signature is similar, but different. It's also why she's so outrageously powerful. She's a walking replica of the Akashic Record. Before we can even react to the insanity of the conclusion that Almace true, a voice rings out, cutting through a stalled battle. Ding ding ding, that's correct. Everything stops. What was that? I look aside and I can see that definitely wasn't Kana, Almace, or Leanne. Phonon's voice doesn't sound like that either, so... But before I can verbally express my confusion at this interruption, the computer in the center of the chamber trembles to life with a green light. But then again, it would be expected for an apostle to be able to tell the broad strokes of what makes Phonon tick. Were you impressed? Were you? This voice, I recognize it. But wait a second, that's impossible. Leanne looks very confused. The rest of us have no idea who this voice belongs to. We don't have very long to wonder, however, because soon enough the computer seems to project some sort of strange see-through figure of a person. A young woman in what appears to be a doctor's coat over a dress that looks to be Zingian in origin. I can't tell what tone her hair, skin, or eyes are supposed to be, given her projected form is green. Judging by confidence in her voice and on her face, it's clear she has something to do with this android we've been fighting. Leanne is the first to say something, after a lengthy shocked silence. No way, Rhiannon and Zellen, is that you? Oh, someone who knows me, that's quite intriguing. She stares at Leanne for a moment, a hand on her chin thoughtfully. After a moment, realization dawns on her face, and she snaps her fingers. Oh, you're that girl, Rufina's younger sister, right? Leanne, I believe her name was. My, you've grown quite splendidly, haven't you? The last time I recall seeing you, you were but a little sprout with nary a curve to be seen. Can we not talk about that? It was literally ages ago. More importantly, why are you here? No, how are you here? I was told you had died. Yes, that's a pertinent question, isn't it? But for now, Phonon, stand down. Phonon receives this command and graciously accepts it. She's enveloped in a bright light, and before we know it, her bell body is gone, replaced by her maid uniform once again. Acknowledged. Combat mode disengaged. It's quiet. I don't even know where to start, and clearly the others don't as well. Eventually, Rhiannon speaks again, sounding more curious now. While you lot are busy staring slack-jawed, I ran some diagnostics, and now I have some very important questions. You'll answer them for me, won't you? Sure. I think we probably have more valid questions than she does. Not to mention she didn't even answer Leanne. However, I get a distinct feeling this lady has lived her life feeling like the most important person in any given room. First of all, according to my readings, this black arc is still within Miltiade's atmosphere. This strikes me as odd, because I'm certain I programmed this ship to travel to Proxima Lumeris. Tell me, are we actually on Miltiades? Yes, we're on Miltiades. Where else would we be? Indeed, for that matter, what exactly is this Proxima Lumeris you speak of? I see. That's massively disappointing. Tisk, I'm sure Lucis had a hand in this nonsense. Oh well. Once again, our questions go entirely unanswered, as Rhiannon looks at Phonon, who is primly standing by. Phonon, access the core systems. Start a full scan of the data and make a note of any discrepancies compared to the original backup in the log. Acknowledge, proceeding with core system analysis. Now then. She looks back to us, with her arms crossed in a very displeased manner. Name yourselves. Who are you and why are you here? Oh, is it finally time for us to say something? Is it our turn now? Will she actually listen to a word we've got to say? Pushing down my annoyance, I sigh inwardly and respond. I'm Abelle. You may call me Kana. Almace. And I'm Leanne. Not you, I already know who you are. I didn't want to be left out. If being included will make you feel better, then by all means. Now back to matters at hand. Continue. Anyway, we're here because a man named Solomos unsealed this place in order to access the Akashic Record. We're here to stop him. We found this place by sheer chance, and sensed something like the Akashic Record, so we came to investigate. That is when we ran across your maidservant, and this whole debacle set into motion. I see, so my precious final work was sealed away instead of taking off into the stars as I had planned. How devious of those opportunists to wait for me to transfer my consciousness into the Black Ark's computer system and go to sleep mode before I repurpose my work. I can't even be mad because I should have considered a notion. As I'm starting to see will be the case from here on, Rhiannon just muses herself instead of having a conversation with us, like we're not important. But wait, you say someone is after the Akashic Record. Who might that be? A descendant of the God King, perhaps? Or do they possess the Akashic Key? The latter. I don't know how they got their hands on it, but they're using the Akashic Key to manipulate ether. They also used it to unravel the seal on the ship. That's the Akashic key. They must be... Well, anyway. It would be incredibly troublesome if the Akashic record was actually put to use. Do be dears and go stop this Solomos of yours, would you? I mean, that was the intention to begin with, but Rhiannon, I've got to ask, what is Proxima Lumeris? I've never heard of that before. Oh, that. Well, how do I explain the way that your people might successfully come to understand? Excuse me? She mulls over it for a bit, and after a long moment of silent contemplation, launches into an explanation. First, let me ask you, what do you know about the things that lie beyond Miltiades? Not very much, if I'm to be entirely truthful. Well, the theory that I've come up with after extensive study and data gathered from planetary drones is that this universe exists within a finite boundary. It may appear to be infinite, but there's an end to it. Now, say theoretically that you break through this boundary and pass over to the other side. Where will you end up? Don't tell me you're trying to go over to Konoe's world. That place is what I call Proxima Lumeris, the far side of the universe. The goal of my final work, the culmination of all my research, was to find this world and establish a new foothold for our people. I know the theory you're talking about. My people have also touched on it, but not even we could find this universal boundary. It's been written off as an impossibility. Sorry, I'm completely lost. Universal boundary? Another world? This sounds like a ridiculous fairy tale. Are you sure even such a place even exists? Oh, you small-minded ape. How adorable. Of course I have no way of confirming this theory, but that's what makes it so exciting. A new frontier, completely untapped by anyone else in Miltiades. This black arc was created with the express intention of taking a vast number of people into the stars to make the interstellar journey away from this absolute mess of a world, and off to Proxima Lumeris. Hold on a moment, do you mean to say you're intending to abandon this world entirely? Is that really so shocking? This world has been plagued by conflicts, conspiracies, machinations by higher beings, and more. Miltiades' surface has been ruined time and time again, and eventually even I gave up trying to fix it. Why live in a world like that, You're not wrong, but I have people I cherish here, you know? Didn't you have something like that once? That was a very long time ago. But wait, we didn't see anyone when we were moving through the ship other than that Aylin girl. Where is everyone? Aylin? Oh, her. You're being adorably silly again. You didn't see anyone because they're all in cold sleep, of course. The intention was that they would awaken from their sleep at the time the Black Ark arrived at Proxima Lumeris. However, as you can see, the ship is still in Miltiades. That explains the whole deal about this ship, at least. I arrived in this world after this took place. All I knew was that this place housed the Akashic record and nothing more. I only provided a sealing method. I just feel a little bit used, not knowing this. Should I apologize on behalf of my ancestor? Don't worry, you're not him anyway. Well, what's done is done. Now, given this little fracas roused my systems into activity, I'll continue to run diagnostics on the core systems and get a feel for how things have changed while I was sleeping. You four should go back and do what you originally came here to do, yes? Right, Solomos, we've gotta go. I still have many questions, but I do believe Solomos is a matter that takes the utmost precedence. Right, we can't just let him run free of the Akashic record. Let's go. We'll be off then. Indeed, but before you go, Phonon. Yes, Master Rhiannon. Go along with them. I can handle the rest of the system diagnostics myself. Be a dear and make sure they don't get wiped out, will you? What? Eh? Excuse me, what? What's your game here? Was I not clear? I'm having Phonon go along with you lot to make sure you succeed. The Akashic record being controlled by someone is a massive thorn in my side, just as much as it is in yours. For that reason, I'm having Phonon accompany your little crew to boost your fighting power and raise your chances of success to acceptable levels. Now, Phonon, run along with them. I have a lot to catch up on. Acknowledged. Phonon turns to us with our bewildered expressions and bows partially. And this unit will accompany your group to the Akashic record. I will endeavor to be of use to your cause. Okay then. Well, she is very powerful. I suppose she would be an asset. Right, I'm a little nervous, but we'll be okay, probably. I doubt this android has the capacity to double-cross us. She was given a strict order to be of assistance, so we should be fine. If she weren't a robot, I would be much less trusting, but... You have more experience with this than me. If you say it's okay, I'll defer to you. Let's get moving. Solomos won't wait for us. Bye then. Don't let me down. With that, we turn away. Questions and uncertainty still in our minds, but we have to take care of our matters first. Rhiannon and Zellen can wait. She doesn't seem to be an enemy at the least, so we can rest easy for now and focus on only one front. Once you gain more than 4 characters, the formation menu will open up. Here you can swap the order of the party as well as switch reserve members into the main party. There is no wrong party, so go ahead and use whoever you like. The protagonist cannot be removed, however. That means there's gonna be new conversations all over the place. What do you mean you're only rank 20? But I'm glad Aylin did get EXP from being in reserve. That means I can just go grind up in the trials and just make both Aylin and Phonon super strong. They're gonna need it. Oh, you actually do learn new stuff, but you don't have much AP to start with. I'll have to fix that off screen. Chrono Collider. Large bolt damage delay. I see. You can delay spam like the best of them, huh? Pathway? Phonon, something's bothering me about this whole thing. Observation, no harmful elements have been detected at present. What's bothering you? Well, Rhiannon's been sleeping inside the computer in the sealed area for almost 1,000 years. I don't understand it. Not even Almace knew she was there. The Black Ark was completed before I arrived on Miltiades. Lucis just introduced it to me and offered to use it in his proposed plan for the future. Right, which brings me to my point. Phonon, why didn't you just awaken Rhiannon, given that her plans were clearly being sabotaged? I was not given an order to do any such thing. Master Rhiannon only told me to stand by and perform occasional diagnostics. Perhaps in her mind, she assumed that there was no possible way her plans would go awry. So in the end, it was a lack of foresight. Looks that way, though I have to say, this android lacks an appreciable level of flexibility, doesn't she? Well, androids are like that. If you don't give them a specific order, they won't go out of their way to do something. Usually, anyway. Having her plans derailed for hundreds of years because of a lack of foresight to give more detailed orders. I guess even geniuses are human too, huh? All too true. I would just like to say, if we can avoid ever having to engage in combat with Lady Phonon ever again, I would very much appreciate it. Whoa, this is new dialogue. Right? No kidding, we definitely would have lost if we any longer. That replica AKASHIC record is definitely the core of our ridiculous specs. Inconclusive. This unit only acts in accordance with the directives that are given. Power scaling is not a subject of concern. Why did you join at level 20 when you were so strong? You're like stronger than the final boss. So she says, but I wondered, what does this replica AKASHIC records do anyway? If the real one has access to the world's information, then does yours as well? Answer is not a matter of yes or no. I can read the residual data of life forms in the atmosphere. However, my powered source does not run at the level of the original. So you can only access the residual information. Even still, that's pretty impressive for a replica created by someone who doesn't have a full understanding of the system. So do bear in mind that merely reading our residual information was enough to cover our movements at nearly every turn. That's just cheating. Isn't that cheating? It's cheating, right? Negative. I've not employed any sort of. You said that already. Anyway, I'm just glad she's on our side now. But they didn't really explain why Aylin is in the party. Lightning Strike 5. Gotta put something... Okay. I better keep an eye out for additional conversations, huh? Huh? Phonon? Is something the matter, Phonon? Miltiades of Phonon, you there? Query, do you believe that individuals should strive to gain new knowledge whenever possible? Well, I guess. Learning isn't usually a bad thing. But why are you asking? She ignores my question and instead strides forward towards the artists who are ahead of us. Curious as to what exactly she's up to, I just follow along and stare. She's on our side, so I'm not on guard. As a machine following a directive, she can't defy and harm us, right? Phonon walks right up behind an attempt to Kana and then... Kya! She jolts in shock as a pair of hands sink into her fluffy tail unceremoniously. Leanne and Almace look back in surprise as well, eyes widen slightly from the sudden happening. Lady Abelle, what are you doing? What? Why me? Kana looks back and sees... that it wasn't me that grabbed her tail, but Phonon. Lady Phonon! Greetings, not by me. I'm assessing the various properties of this fluffy appendage. He's not just such a beast can sail. That is a very intimate action in a sensitive body part. Now unhand me at once. Oh my, how's it, Phonon? It's quite soft to the touch. I did not wish to release it. You're right, it's pretty soft. Ack, not you too. Well, hey, this is super soft. Will you get your tail like this, Fluffy? Did not. This is terribly demeaning. Well, missing a beat. My hands reaches out and sinks into the softness of Kana's tail. Ooh, so this is what it feels like. I was always curious. Lady Abelle, am I surrounded by fiends? Hey, Phonon, I'm curious. Do you have any hobbies or interests? Huh? She's a machine, you troublesome elf. Why does she have hobbies? Really? Is there some reason she can't have hobbies? Yeah, why can't she? You could waste time debating this, or you could simply let her answer. With that, we all turn to Phonon expectantly for an answer to this great and important mystery. Personal data scan complete. Report this unit's hobbies data field is empty. The interest field contains the subject biology. Huh? Can it really be as simple as reading your data to find out what your interests are? Well, she is a machine. I'm not entirely surprised that she has such a robust personality module, given her power source is a replica AKASHIC record. Rhiannon and Zellen went all out on this one. I don't understand this techno-battle, but I can see that she's clearly more than just some robot. Yes, you're interested in biology, huh? What does that mean for you, though, I wonder? Phonon seems to pause and consider this. Then she turns to Almace and approaches her. Initially confused, that confusion soon turns to shock as smooth, cool hands make contact with her tail. Gah! What are you doing? Your tail interests me. I wish to study it. She rubs up and down its length curiously, while Almace shivers. The length is greater than Aylin's, yet it's firmer. Fascinating. If you don't get your hands off right now... I refuse. My examination is not yet complete. Get off! Wow, she's brave. Is she not? Not even I would attempt that. I can only sigh to myself and shake my head. Biology, huh? I guess she means the study of animals and plants. And people too, it looks like. Miracle drop. Yeah, if I go up, it's a normal ending, but that path near the lunar mirror is supposed to be the true ending, huh? Okay, it turns out that you really do get reduced experience points in reserve, so I might have to take them out on a few Hall of Beginning runs. So what's your playstyle like? Phonon is similar to protagonist in that our game plan revolves around getting a special buff and using arts that interact with that buff for extra beneficial effects. The differences between them is that while the protagonist leans towards defense, Phonon leans towards offense. She's a powerful attacker that seeks to end fights quickly by moving fast and hitting hard. Her defining art is reality shift. Using it gives her a state called Waymarker. The Waymarker stays indefinite, however. It doubles it as a shield with a flat 3000 LF value. Taking damage will reverse the shield. However, the shield goes down, then Phonon's extra arts effects go with it. Keep an eye on her Waymarker so you don't lose it when you need it most. Okay, and she starts with auto Waymarker, which is very good for me. Yes, please. Seriously, it's gonna be so hard to learn a new character this late in the game, man.
All is but a distant memory.
Yeah, the poison penalty literally doesn't matter because you can just use Almace's memory. Ha ha ha.
I don't think so.
Okay.
Form 1. Swallowtail.
Delay you a bit. Does time factor? I want to test.
Firing energy rounds.
Yes, it does.
Lightning edge deployed. Increasing power output.
Yes, you can chain to it. Good.
Complete. Resuming standard combat routine.
Probably was not the best use of that. I probably should have stacked more buffs first, but whatever. Just wanted to test out her that one. Yes, I think there's a bonus. There's an achievement for using everyone's limit anyway. So even if it's not optimal, it still helps in the long run for me. Yes.
Farewell.
Yeah, she is fast, even at a lower level than everyone else. No point using that again. This will increase everyone's stats, huh? Parallel vision.
Observation range increased.
Yeah, vision minor. Yes. I guess that does make up for the fact that the optional dungeon will not let you use Almace, so you're gonna need another group of source of decent group buffs. Still, it sucks that Almace does not have synergies with every other playable character. That would have been nice.
Sword of Darkness, devour them! Form 4, Blossom Waltz!
This should get her more EXP because she's in the front row.
That was fast. Should I have held back?
I think, maybe, I'm not sure. Maybe I'm just expecting too much, I don't know. Or maybe this part is, these guys aren't even strong enough to really challenge her anymore. I'm not sure, man. Aylin, you have some gimmicks as well, and I definitely need to use your stuff as well. Yep. I don't know why they don't just scale. How come some characters scale up in terms of rank to you and others don't? That's such an inconsistency. Anyways. Power. Yes. Seems to have noticed Aylin in your reserve party. Very observant. Why is she even there? There's no story explanation for this. If you're gonna put her in a reserve party, you might as well just put Solomos in there too. Just so we can at least grind him. Aylin is a powerful attacker that chooses support arts in lieu of more ways to deal damage to the enemy. Her defining art is Flame Cloak, which raises her power and magic, and unlocks bonus effects on all of her arts and EX arts. However, there is a special effect that you can achieve by going even further. When Flame Cloak is cast while Aylin's Union art Dancing Flames is active, then Aylin will gain Flame Cloak 2 instead, which boosts her stats, and the extra effects of her skills greatly. All in all, Aylin wants to rush in and attack hard and fast without stopping. Use Dancing Flames and Flame Cloak to facilitate its process and deal even more damage. Problem is, she doesn't have any passives to learn, which is really weird design.
The light will guide your path.
This is such a weird fucking playstyle. Dancing Flames... her union is actually integral to her entire playstyle, huh? That's gonna be very awkward to pull off. These are her abilities. Third Edge, going beyond even Preels, huh? Does any of this delay? Yeah, only if I have Flame Cloak, though. That explains why our enemy AI always uses Dancing Flames to start with.
Gonna make me get serious, huh? Fine then. You are wide open.
Do that.
Ideal strike!
Your memories will become a source of strength.
She requires a lot of Sep like Solomos, doesn't she?
Flame Cloak.
Farewell.
Man, I'm not sure I like this playstyle.
Form 4! Blossom Waltz!
Like, it took me so long just to... I have to use her union and her self buff just to even get this far. Hold on. This better chain. Okay, first edge. Third edge. Wait, what? 35 EX instead of 40, huh? Okay, Crimson Circle.
Pay attention.
Wait, it didn't change anything. What the hell? Bro, I feel ripped off. I feel hella ripped off there. What the fuck?
Behind me, everyone!
No, my buffs!
Disappear. Take hold of the light and stand tall.
Sword of Darkness, devour them!
Okay. So we'll go third edge.
Let's see how you
You're finished, flames. Crimson Flames become a surging flame.
Gotcha. Okay.
Oh, what's wrong? Too hot for you to handle?
Still a very weird playstyle. And she doesn't have any passives that lets her just start with Flame Cloak. Like, why? Everyone else has a passive. Most other characters have passives that let them start with their signature buff, but not Aylin. That's so weird. Is that intentional that she doesn't have anything? This seems wrong. I need to ask about this. This is so weird. Phonon honestly seems better than Aylin in some ways, just due to how good her buffs are for the whole party. And she doesn't have to use her union in order to get the most out of her skills. Yeah, Phonon just seems better. Aylin just feels like Solomos 2.0. Thanks for tuning in to this Let's Play of Sacred Earth Reverie. If you enjoyed, please leave a like, subscribe, and or hit the bell icon.